are listening to the Free to Be Mindful podcast, which provides bite-sized tips for busy parents, educators, and anyone working with kids. These real talk conversations focus on mindful living, mental health, and personal growth, helping all to learn, grow, and inspire with mindfulness in mind. I'm your host, Vanessa De Jesus Guzman, educator, licensed professional counselor, entrepreneur, and mom. I'm passionate about helping folks live life with peace of mind and ease of heart while not losing their, well, you know, here we go. Have you ever tried to practice meditation but have no idea if it's working or even if you're doing it right? Wouldn't it be awesome if there was something to let you know when you're in the zone, to let you know to do more of that? Well, there is something that does exactly that. It's called Muse. Muse is a brain sensing headband that helps you find more calm, sharper focus, and better sleep. It does this by measuring your brain waves and lets you know exactly when you're in a meditative state. It's an awesome tool for kids and for adults alike. You can get 15% off any Muse product by clicking the link in the show notes below. Check them out at choosemuse.com. And again, don't forget to use that link for 15% discount at checkout. Welcome back to season 2 of the Free to Be Mindful podcast. I am so happy to be here with you today, and I am so happy and appreciative that you are listening in. It was really great to take a couple of weeks off to just spend time with my family and enjoy the summer. I'm looking forward to spending time in your ears and spending time with you. And of course, I really appreciate and look forward to all your feedback on social media. And I look forward to also receiving your emails when you let me know what you thought of the podcast, and looking forward to seeing your feedback on the newsletters as well that you get in your inbox on a weekly basis from me if you are subscribed to my website, which is freetobemindful.com. So in terms of the podcast, I'm really happy to share that the Free to Be Mindful podcast will continue to be released every Sunday or Monday morning so that you have a great way to start off your week. In addition to the weekly 15-minute or less episodes, we will also be having weekly Consult a Counselor episodes. Those are much shorter in nature, and that's where you can send in any questions you have for me regarding any parenting related questions that you may have, and I'll answer them right here on the podcast. So you can submit your questions via email at hello@freetobemindful.com. Or you can send them to me via Instagram. And again, my handle is at Counselor V De Jesus, same on Instagram and on Facebook. So I'm looking forward to receiving all of your parenting related questions, which will be answered on a weekly basis. So if you've been listening to season 1, I thought at first that I was going to take all of July and August off. However, I missed you, and I really wanted to start it off early because even though in the Northeast where I'm located in Jersey, if you couldn't tell by the supposed accent that people tell me I have, we start school usually after Labor Day. But I know friends around the country usually start at the end of July or even mid-August. So I wanted to get right back in the game with you. And so season 2 of the Free to Be Mindful podcast is being released today, August 1st, 2021. And that also coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, happens to be American Family Day. And yes, there is a day for just about everything out there. I like to celebrate the ones that really align with my values, and Family Day, I'll take that any day. So as I was sharing, during the summer, I really take advantage of hanging out with my son because there is a little bit less on our schedules, and hanging out with my parents and all of my family members. But when the year really picks up, especially in the fall and then we go into the holiday season, it gets a little bit more challenging to really fit in those small moments with family. Sitting at my parents' kitchen table and having coffee with them, or watching the news with them and discussing whatever hot topic is happening in the world. Or at the current moment, watching the Olympics with my family every evening as these athletes show everything that they've got. Those are really the moments that we live for. And sometimes it seems that we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that we forget to make those moments happen. And then we forget to celebrate them. So while this holiday is considered American Family Day, of course, family should be celebrated each and every day throughout our entire globe. And there's a lot of different ways that we can celebrate our families and that we can spend extra time with them without having these big parties or without making it a big to do. Because again, it's really those small things that count for so, so much. So during the summer, since we still have weeks in August left, I really like to take walks in our neighborhood park and not only just walk with my family, definitely not having earbuds in, but really noticing what is happening in the world around us. So when we go to our neighborhood park, which has a beautiful lake, I always point out the different things in the lake and in the park to my son. I make a big deal of counting the geese or counting how many turtles are in the rocks in the lake. I always point out beautiful trees to him and even the sunset, which is when we usually go for a walk, so that he too can begin to appreciate the beauty that there is in our everyday world. In addition to going out for walks, as I mentioned, we've been spending a lot of time watching the Olympics. So making that a family event is awesome. Not necessarily the Olympics, but any family show. And in our home, we also watch Jeopardy every evening. And during those times, we make sure that our phones are to a side and that we're really in each other's presence and really appreciating what we all bring to the table. Another idea that I don't usually do with my family is cooking together. However, that's an awesome idea to try at home as well. So, taking walks, doing things with each other inside of the home, planning awesome vacations is great too, but spending time with family doesn't always have to be an out of this world event. It can simply mean playing games. In my household, we play dominoes very often with my parents and extended family. It can mean playing board games, playing a game of Uno, and playing with your child as they build Legos, Magnetiles, dolls, cars, whatever it is that they're into. Another way to celebrate Family Day or just to bond with your family is looking through old photos. That's always so much fun as you see how our families have changed during the years. You can visit family spots, perhaps where you went to college, perhaps where you went to school, or where you and your partner met. And some may ask themselves, well, why is this so important? I see my family every single day. But we have to remember that when we're so overworked, overwhelmed, and underrested, there really is always a list a mile long of things to do. And people usually say the family that plays together stays together. And that really means that spending time with each other is so very important and essential so that you can build that strong foundation and establish strong bonds, not only when your kids are little, but also for when your kids are all grown up so that they can have then similar values with their own families. We want to make sure that we're creating memories and taking pictures so that when we are old and gray, we can then think back in our own new version at that point of family time together and think to the wondrous moments we had when our kids were young. I hope you and your family have an awesome American Family Day, not only today, but that you are always able to enjoy each other's presence and create memories to last a lifetime. So right now, regardless of where you are or what you're doing, stop and just take a breath. Breathe in through your nose, hold at the top for a moment, and then slowly exhale in a way that's comfortable for you. As you begin to think of each and every one of your family's faces. Perhaps your family include your kids, partners or spouses, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, extended family members, or perhaps it's friends who are more like family. Think of one person specific who means so much to you and who you want to send a special gift of loving kindness to. Think of this person's face, their eyes, their smile, and their character. As you picture this person's face in your mind, in your heart, think of all of the wonderful blessings that you would want this person to have. All of the things that perhaps they need right now, and even the things that they don't need. Fill your mind and heart and soul with these beautiful, kind, warm wishes to them. And with your energy, send them to this person. And know that without even speaking, your thoughts and positive energy go a long way. Not only for the person whom you love, but it always comes back in return to you as well. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. It would mean a ton if you took this moment to review the Free to Be Mindful podcast on the platform you catch your favorite shows. That quick and easy act lets me know what you enjoy, and it helps others find the podcast too. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can listen along next week. In the meantime, I welcome you to catch me on social media at Counselor V De Jesus. And as always, remember, in a world where you are free to be anything that you want to be, you are always free to be mindful. Catch you next week.